Hello and welcome to Matt's Mosh Pit. In today's episode, I'm going to sit down with the one and only LENA SCISSORHANDS from Infected Rain. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown me and my channel so far. It truly means a lot with all the likes, the subscriptions, more importantly, the comments. The comments have been everything to me. And really, quite frankly, with the comments, you guys have given me the courage to kind of branch out and do different things. This interview being one of them. It was one of those situations where I had tickets to go see Infected Rain, and I thought to myself, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Maybe I could kind of reach out and see if I could, do an interview. And I'll be honest with you, I really thought that, quite frankly, I didn't think there was going to even be a response. But I figured, you know what, it's worth a try. Why not? And so to my surprise, Infected Rain was amazing. They completely, got back to me and agreed to do an interview. So we set up a time, and so I showed up, and they could not have been nicer. I will say this. You don't really know what to expect, especially since this, quite frankly, was my first interview for this channel. And so, I just didn't know what to expect. I had to assume that the worst was going to happen. I thought, they're going to be coming in from another location, so they're going to be late or rushed to a point where we couldn't really do an interview, So I was really just kind of prepared for everything, let's just say. And what I got was literally one of the most amazing times ever. With that being said, I hope you enjoy this interview, but more importantly, I hope you go out and support Infected Rain. Not only are they an amazing band, more importantly, they're amazing people, and they deserve all the love and support that they can get. So please, once again, enjoy this video and support Infected Rain. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Of course, of course.
So you guys have been on tour forever, it seems like.
Seems that way.
It seems like because all summer long you guys were
Yeah.
in Europe, and now you're touring the States.
Correct. Summer was very long. We had 46 shows. They were a little bit all over the place in the summer, really. They were not like, we had some days off in between. But we used that time off to work on new material, to film new material for the new album, and do everything possible to just stay productive. Because right now, at the moment, Infected Rain is out of 3 countries. So I live in the US. Our new bass player is from Italy, Como. And the other 2 members are from Moldova, where the band originated, where I was born as well. I moved, right in the middle of the career of Infected Rain, and we figured out throughout these years how to work together remotely. But every time we are together, we try to use that time as much as we can, of course, because traveling across the planet, it becomes more expensive every year.
So I have to ask, with the all the travel, the tour bus probably gets crowded. A lot of people in different countries. What language is spoken on your tour bus, considering the fact that Alice is from Italy? I think you speak all of the languages, but then the other guys, I believe, are speaking Russian from Moldova, right?
So it depends. If we are talking about the European tour, we mainly tour by ourselves. So just Infected Rain and its crew. We normally use mainly Russian because it's just the mother language that we grew up with. And even though I know Romanian as well very well, and my drummer and his brother as well knows very well Romanian. His brother is our sound engineer during this tour. Vidic also understands Romanian, but it's a little bit harder for him. So I grew up in a Russian-speaking family, but did school in Romanian. So I grew up knowing both languages at the same level. Now, my family moved to Italy when I was a teenager, and I finished school and university there. So I know Italian just as good as I know English, I want to say. Pretty much at the same
So
level.
you get to help Alice out.
So no, Alice actually has amazing English.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. And yeah, me and Alice, we often speak Italian. Vidic also knows Italian pretty well. He has his own share of experience in Italy, and he understands a lot of Italian. A lot of people that speak Romanian can understand Italian a little bit. But her English is perfect. Everybody speaks English in the band. So I think the language we use the most nowadays is English.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's a language we use mainly. It depends. Like when I talk, it's funny, when I talk with my drummer or with his brother, which is our producer and sound engineer, I switch to Romanian because
okay.
I know it's their like native language, it's their family language, what they speak most when they are home. So I speak that.
Oh,
it's
great.
just an automatic thing my brain does because
Yeah.
I know them for so many years. But they also know all the other languages on the same level.
That's awesome.
Yeah. When it comes to America, in the U.S. tour, right now we are sharing a bus with Gemini Syndrome, and obviously we mainly speak English for everybody. We only speak our own language when we are between us, so it's just like
Just
more
small
intimate,
times,
small little talks.
So you guys are doing a lot. I noticed looking at your itinerary, you guys have a lot of back-to-back dates.
Yes.
And I think this is the third
Yep.
night in a row.
Yep.
How does that impact your voice as far as
I will
that
tell you
goes?
this. Obviously, my body is my instrument, and every single vocalist on this planet that is using, their body to perform, to sing in whatever genre, will lie when they say that you don't feel the tiredness, or you don't. Obviously your voice will sound fresher if you had a good night's sleep and, some good meal and you're ready for it, right? That's why you see bigger bands not doing more than 2 days in a row. Now, again, that depends on your lifestyle a little bit. I try to have a healthier lifestyle than I used to before, and it helps me a lot. But 3 days in a row is nothing. I've done 18.
Oh, wow.
It's nothing. Honestly, this tour was not very easy for me, specifically as a vocalist, because we had many difficulties during this tour, a lot of stressful situations. This tour started with the risk and the stress of two members not getting the visa at all. Eventually they got the visa, but we missed first 5 shows.
Yeah.
It was very stressful because not only we are talking about a lot of money that we are losing and that we invested to get things done fast, but also we are talking about disappointed people, disappointed fans, and so many other logistics that I don't want to get into and bore you
But
guys with.
you guys worked through it though. And
We tried to work through it, but there was then every time it feels like during this tour there's something. We had a lot of trouble with the bus that we are touring with. Our bus literally broke 4 times.
Oh, wow.
And only 1 time out of this 4, they fixed it during a day off while we were just having no show. The other 3 times we had to relocate to a different bus. And then when that one was fixed, relocate back again.
Wow.
So that is a total of 6 movements.
And that's a lot
And
of
that's-
people to move around too.
That's 12 people, 6 from my band, 6 from Gemini Syndrome, and that's normally happening after shows, after you're already so tired, in the middle of the night, and it's winter, and some areas are pretty sketchy to do
Yeah.
these things. It's very stressful. I'll be honest with you, those things tire me and my voice out way more than some shows.
Okay.
Way more. So I know I walked around your question a little bit, but I just wanted to explain
no,
why.
it's perfect.
Because I feel like when I have good environment, calm, work energy, I prefer doing shows every day.
Oh, wow.
And I am completely and fully grateful for my vocal teacher for teaching me how to preserve my energy, how to preserve my voice, how to be mindful, and to detach from everything that is happening and just perform in the best way possible. And trust me, I went on stage with 102 one time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I will absolutely, definitely FaceTime my vocal teacher in the end of this tour and tell her how much I love her.
Well, that gets me to the next question.
Yeah.
And this is one that I know the people who watch my channel have asked the question, because it's something that comes up all the time when I really just got into metal to this level, and you see a lot of like clean vocals going into harsh vocals and back and forth within the same song. And I have to assume that's extremely difficult, considering you're using, it feels like it's almost two different instruments.
It is the same instrument. It's only learning how to put some effects on your own voice with your own body. I'm not talking digitally. I'm talking with your own body. And if you are very careful with your vocal cords and you are very aware of your body's capability, and you are humble enough to take lessons, even if you are, musician with big background and a lot of experience, there's always room to learn. No matter how big or small you are, no matter if you're just started or you've been doing this for 20 years, there's always room to be better version of yourself, And I've learned that I am definitely guilty of making a lot of mistakes in the beginning of my career. My story is a little bit different. I started in Moldova, which is a country of very little possibilities, especially for alternative art, alternative music. And the only vocal lessons I could do was classic music at the time. And I've done it for 3 years, like 3 times a week, because I knew I need to learn. I never studied music before I became a musician with Infected Rain, and I knew there's so much I have to catch up on and understand. It's like math. If you don't remember the basics from school, you're gonna be lost. You're not gonna be able to understand how to do math.
Absolutely.
To me, it's like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating.
No. I think it's absolutely. I am such in awe of what you're able to do.
Thank you so much. I put a lot of work into it, but again, I want to say, find a good vocal teacher. My vocal teacher is Melissa Cross. She is well known in the metal industry because she was one of the first teachers to explore the alternative type of vocalizing. I think she is a person that deserves a monument because she definitely saved a lot of voices in metal, including mine. So I've learned with her a lot, and I'm still learning a lot. So yeah.
So where did the one thing, and part of my musical journey with this channel, and as I started like just opening my mind to just whatever's out there, and let me see. And YouTube actually found you guys for me.
Nice.
And I remember, just clicking on play, and you guys were at a festival.
Yep.
And I just remember seeing you come out, and you just owned the stage. You just had this like sense, and so, what gives you that? Where do you get the confidence from to just
It's really
own
interesting.
it?
Thank you so much. That's a big compliment for me. Actually, I don't know how or what really goes through my mind in that moment. I just feel at home. I feel like I was born to do this. Maybe I am just, convincing myself that I was born for this, but this is what makes me the most happy. This is what makes me feel the most confident. And I'm not a confident person in real life. I really am not. But the stage makes me confident, makes me believe in us as Infected Rain, as a band, and what we are going for, what we are standing for, and what we are here to deliver. And when I have people after show coming by and saying, your music saved my life, I'm like, okay.
Well, it helped start my journey, so
There you go.
thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for getting inspired and opening your heart for the world to inspire you. You
yeah,
know.
it's been great, and I love the 2 songs that you've put out for the new album.
Yeah,
Time
thank you.
comes out in February, if I'm correct.
Correct.
So, best. I've done reactions to.
I have to check it out.
The
We've been on
latest-
tour when it came out, so I didn't have good internet
Oh.
to check all the reactions and everything. To be honest, sometimes I don't even have enough. Wi-Fi or like
bandwidth,
just
yeah.
to even make a post about tonight's show.
Never to Return is so good.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. You're gonna love the album.
I can't wait.
Thank you.
So what is your, as far as the album goes, and I know you write all the songs. You
I
put
write
with the lyrics.
I write the lyrics and I compose vocal parts for the music.
So
yeah.
how do you guys create a song? Like, as far as, does the band put together the music and then present you with the music and then you write around the music?
Correct.
Or do you give them what you want to sing about and they create music
I
around
sometimes
it?
give them some ideas. When I have some ideas, the first person I call is Vidic, because basically from the beginning of the band's career, from the start, it's just me and Vidic left. And he's been my best friend since I've been 16. And he's the first person that I call to share ideas. And sometimes I give just ideas first, but very rare. I prefer the way we are doing it. I really am very comfortable with how we figured out this method, where, I've been living remotely from my band for the past almost 10 years, almost like 9 years. And I had to figure out a way to work remotely because I'm already doing so much traveling. I almost have no private life. Like, I'm home almost never. And to minimize certain travels and certain stays, we figured out a way to work remotely. So this is what I do. I write lyrics all the time. I just have this habit of putting ideas down since I'm 14. It's actually something I started doing with my best friend as teenagers. We were being very emotional, writing things down and reading each other's little poems, and that's it. No one else would read them, right? So I would just write ideas down, make them into poems sometimes. At the time, I used to write in Russian. Now, slowly, when I moved to Italy, I chose languages in the university, so I perfected a little bit my level of my English, and I started writing in English. And that's way before I even knew I'm gonna be in a band, right? So that helped me throughout my life to be just creative, and it's like some sort of therapy that I developed for myself.
Coming up
Yes.
with the words and everything.
Now, I keep doing that with the band, and that's what they do remotely as well. They create music separate all the time without waiting for, it's time to record an album. They just put ideas down. Specifically Vidic. Vidic is the main songwriter, but Eugene as well writes a lot. And then they exchange between them, and they create a so-called, I like to call it a skeleton of the song. And when they have that idea, even if it's basic idea down, they often send it to me just at least for an opinion. And when I have it, I often get inspired and put choose what lyrics would go there for that specific emotion or that specific mood. And I have my own vocal studio in the house. I built that during COVID when I had a lot of time off.
Yeah.
And now it's so easy for me to just go turn everything on and also put a so-called skeleton of lyrics / vocal melody to what they send me. And then we perfect it together. Often it happens that they send me songs that are almost done. When I apply lyrics, we might change certain things in the music, we might not. Often they ask me, oh wow, this chorus came out amazing, why don't we do it 2 times? Or why don't we just change this one note, because it makes more sense. And I trust them because, as I said, I don't have a musical...
Yeah. I mean, but no, it's great that you have that collaboration with them. So And they can come to go, this might sound better with a clean vocal
Yeah,
versus a
correct.
harsh
They
vocal.
often, or maybe when I'm like, I have no idea, guys, if you're gonna like this, let me know, because I'm not quite sure 100%. I'm not like convinced here.
Yeah.
And they either say, no, 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 it's fucking amazing, or they say, okay, why don't we leave this for the verse, and the idea you got for the verse, we put it, like
Yeah,
just little
absolutely,
tweaks.
absolutely.
So this is how the process of writing happens with Infected Rain.
For time, is there an overall theme to it? Because I noticed Dying
So,
Light as well as
yeah.
Never to Return have this
Correct.
things are
So
falling.
I think for the first time ever, after 5 albums, album number 6 is probably the first album that is a little bit more conceptual, more like about one idea or around one idea, if you please. Normally we have, a song or two that is kind of connected to the theme of the name of the artwork of the album, but we try to be very, multilateral, like about everything a little bit. This album as well, there are songs about love, there are songs about sadness and depression, and there are songs about how fast the time passes by, and there are songs about the stupidity of humankind. There's songs about quite everything, but with this album, I did try my best to tie together a little thread that is connected. So you will see when you get the album that the songs are very different, but they are a little bit connected to each other.
Yeah, it definitely
Theme-wise
felt that way
and
in the
music-wise.
first 2 songs.
Yeah.
Like
Good,
I said, they've been
good,
great.
good.
I've
Thank
loved
you.
them so far.
Thank you.
I definitely can't wait for that. So back, I guess, as far as your influences go, I'm always curious to see, because you've played big stages and probably met a lot of the people who influenced you in the beginning. Who is your biggest influence, and have you met them and actually been able to have a conversation with them to let them know? Like, I don't know if you want to fangirl out,
No, for sure.
and
So
how they reacted to
I will
that.
tell you, I will be honest with you. A lot of people, for some reason, ask this question. Now, I want to ask, is there a specific reason why you use the word influence? Because the word influence is not quite word inspired. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we all get inspired by a lot of stuff.
Sure.
But if you ask me if I was influenced by anybody, I was not. I was influenced by my musicians in my band.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them, I would have never sang. I was a very successful hair and makeup artist with big plans for my future. When I say very successful, it's not because I'm trying to brag, it's because I've been doing it for 12 years before the band, and I really, really loved it. It was my career path, it was my passion, it was everything. I loved it. It's a very hard job to do. You work on your feet for hours with people.
Yeah, 'cause
It's
you,
not
well,
easy.
you definitely, and I guess that's part of it.
Yeah.
Is you definitely have your own style.
Thank you, thank you.
And I the last react for Never to Return, I commented on how I love the style of your band.
Thank you.
And because you guys, no matter what the music sounds like, you guys look like the coolest people in the world.
Oh, thank
And
you.
so I was wondering if you actually style the band.
No, I
but
did not.
also like how,
Thank you,
how
thank
you
you, though.
get your style,
We
your sense of style.
I think the sense of style of Infected Rain arrived through time, like slowly, because in the beginning we were so much younger and we were all over the place, and then slowly everybody developed a sense of taste towards what to wear, what looks best, what look is more comfortable or whatever. But just again, coming back to the previous question, is the same thing. When it comes to, you get inspired by the things around you. You get inspired. I get inspired by everything. I will be inspired by today's conversation.
That would be amazing.
No,
folks.
seriously, it really is what happens, and we all are. Especially if we are awake enough in life, we will see how green this grass is, and we will be inspired and want the same green grass in your backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a stupid example, but it's an example.
That makes sense.
Or I will be like, I'm listening to so many bands. That doesn't mean that I'm going to choose one to get me directly influenced so I can. Then we would only have copycats around, and there are a lot of copycats
there are a lot of
already.
copycats.
So you should just want to be the best version of yourself. And yes, get inspired by musicians, by movies, by artists, by your family, by nature, by everything. Get inspired. Open your mind, open your heart. Get inspired. Soak it in, write it down. I don't know. But don't get influenced. That's not what you need. No one needs that. I mean, a lot of people tell me that they are influenced by me or by the band, and that's exactly what I answer to them. Please, don't try to be me.
you,
Don't try to be us. Try to be you. You're gonna have more fans because there's already an Infected Rain. There's already other bands out there. But again, just like you said, of course I had bands that I shared the stage with that I grew up watching on MTV and loving them, and then all of a sudden you share the stage together, you know?
Yeah.
To me, it's a big honor that in the long career of Slayer, we were able to, even though at the festival, but we were able to play festivals together. Because they stopped playing already, you know? Same I can talk about Korn. Korn is one of the bands that I grew up listening to, amongst with Deftones, amongst with other bands that I really loved. We never shared the stage with Deftones yet, but we did with Korn, and it was the most beautiful moment in my life. I was very happy to meet them and find out how down-to-earth, awesome people they are, and also watching them perform. Their live show is impeccable. Same I can speak about Slipknot, absolutely the same. I mean, I haven't met anyone besides Corey Taylor. I'm friends with his wife, Alicia, but that is enough for me to see how down to earth he is, and he's done so much for the metal industry. You know what I mean? Like, not only with Slipknot, with the other projects as well, Stone Sour, Corey Taylor project, everything. And it's a big honor that, we shared some festival stages with Slipknot, and it's beautiful, you know, of course. And there are many other bands like that I can mention.
Yeah, I think they always ask the question because they always say never meet your heroes because you'll end up disappointed by them.
Sometimes I think they are disappointing because I've definitely met a lot of musicians that were rude. They were not my heroes or my influences or anything, but they were bands that I definitely have an album at least in my playlist, or I've listened as a teenager, and then you're like, oh, why you have to break my heart like this? You know what I mean? Like, I hope no one ever gets to say the same about me.
I can honestly say you guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't think that we would even get to do this interview, so this is amazing that you're able to sit down with
man.
me. So.
I feel honored that you or other people are interested in knowing more about the band. Spread the word, no matter how many followers you are. I'm not even going to go there check, what is this person? Let me see if I want to do an interview. I've done interviews with children. I don't care. What I care is for people to be humble. What I care is for people to be respectful, and you are. So thank you so much.
So just a couple fun. Just
of course.
a thought, because you had mentioned your playlist.
Yes.
What is, I'd say, everybody likes what they like.
Yeah.
But what would be something in your playlist that would shock people? Because they know how you sing and what you do. What's one thing that would, guilty pleasure, as they say?
Well, I am a big fan of Pink. Love her with all my heart. Grew up loving her and love her till this day. Everything she stands up for, everything she does as a musician, as a woman, as a mother, everything. I also have a lot of love for the rapper NF, which many people don't expect me to listen to for some reason, but I do enjoy good rap music. I do enjoy any genre, to be honest, if it's done well, if it comes from the heart, and it's sincere. Yeah? I really do listen to different genres. Another artist that I think is not how to say, not known enough, is this girl. The band is called Green Tea Pag. I believe she is, or the band is from Africa, South Africa maybe. I might be wrong. I don't know much about her, but I have every single song.
Oh, I'm
It's
checking
so
it
cool.
out now.
It's electronic reggae music. It's
Wow.
so good. It's ambient. And she's so talented. The things she sings about, the things she stands up for, are very beautiful.
I'm doing a reaction, and I'm doing
Please,
it on review.
please do it. Please do it.
I'm definitely going to check it out, because that's been the beauty of this channel.
Yeah.
Is I actually don't have to set the tone.
Yeah.
Everybody, the community has
beautiful.
gotten in and said, I love this person, check it out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's metal, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's rap, it doesn't.
Correct.
People have
correct.
basically just said, I think you should check this out, and I've been
That's
listening
awesome.
to it, and it's been amazing.
That's
So,
awesome. Good for you for being so open-minded. Not many people are.
I don't know, I'm definitely finding that out.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I'm kind of a fan of just food in general.
Okay.
And so
Me too.
when I travel,
Yep.
there are certain places where I'll actually look up what food is available or
Yeah.
around that I haven't either had or heard about. And you guys go to different countries.
Yeah.
So is there a certain, like, when you go to Italy, you have to have one specific food, or if you go to Moldova, back to
Yeah.
like, what?
Well, it's harder for me to answer that question because I've been vegan for the past 10 years, or 9 or 10, something like that. And I am not a picky eater. I wasn't a picky eater even before I became vegan. Now, my choice of diet doesn't necessarily come only because of diet purposes. It's mainly because of how it makes me feel and because of the impact it puts on this planet. And it's a choice I've made long ago, which I wish I made way before. However, there are certain things that I crave a lot when I travel. And as you mentioned Italy, that's where my entire family lives at the moment. For more than 20 years, they live there now. Every single time we play a show there or we visit my family, we obviously have some good goddamn pasta.
Awesome.
Because the pasta in Italy is like nothing else. And I love it. I love cooking and I try my best to make it as well. But obviously the way they do it, they're authentic. They do their own wine often. And yeah, Italy is very, very clean eating, even for omnivore cuisine. Like very clean. They look at their grains. They value every single thing they put in their body. Now, when it comes to Moldova has a couple of dishes that I do absolutely love, but to be honest with you, one thing I look forward when I go to Moldova food-wise is the insanely good and tasty fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
I am putting my hand on my heart and I swear on my own life, I have never eaten such delicious fruit and vegetables as in my own country.
Wow.
The thing is, Moldova has a very fertile soil. And even during the times of USSR, Moldova was actually one of the biggest exporters of fruits and vegetables because of that. We have amazing grapes, and that's why a lot of wineries export grapes from us to do wine even. But yeah, fruits and vegetables as simple as tomatoes. Tomatoes that you will eat in Moldova are nothing like any organic, farmers market, self-grown, no pesticides, anything here in America. And trust me, I grow my own greens and vegetables sometimes when I'm home for a longer time. I have this indoor little garden where I do, and it's still not the same. I'm gonna try to bring some seeds maybe if the airlines will allow me, of course.
Now I need
The
to get some
thing is-
Moldovan
Yes,
vegetables.
vegetables and fruits in Moldova are insanely good and so cheap too. So cheap because they don't grow hard. They grow easily. The soil is very good. So that's the part that I miss the most for sure.
My wife is doing the camera job for today, And so anyway, we're actually planning a trip to Europe next year.
Go
and
to
Now we have
Moldova.
to go to Moldova and get some
Yes.
fruits and veggies.
Yes, and if you do, get in touch with my band and they will show you around, or they will at least tell you what
Where
to
to go.
try.
Absolutely,
Okay?
absolutely, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Well, I know you've got a show to do. We've got a meet and greets, all that. You've got
Yeah.
all that stuff planned, and so I don't want to keep your time. But
Thank you. Thank
so
you so much
much
for
for
everything.
spending time with me
Of
today.
course,
It's
of
been
course.
amazing.
I'm sorry for doing it outside. I know it's quite cold.
It's perfectly fine. But this is just amazing. First interview for the channel.
Make sure to follow.
Lena from Infected Rain.
Thank you so much, you guys. Album is out there ready for pre-order. Please support your favorite musicians, your favorite bands, and of course, all the people that support the bands as well, like this
That's
gentleman
Mosh
right
Pit.
here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who did you guys come to see today?
Infected Rain.
Infected Rain.
We never know what to, unless we play there already, you know? Yeah.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, first time in this venue and first time in the city, right? We've never been to this city before, yeah. Yeah, first time. Very pretty, very clean so far. And we haven't seen much because we arrived quite late because of the parking situation. We couldn't park before here, so we had to be at the truck stop first, just spend some time there. But it looks beautiful. Who is from this city actually? You guys, the only ones. Okay. No, seriously. I mean, I like it. It's very neat. I like it.
So, Alice, is this your first time touring in America?
Yeah, it is. Very
So,
first time.
what do you think of America so far?
Well, they are laughing because they're thinking about our bus, I
Yeah.
think,
Oh.
because it broke down already 4 times. But beside this, it's very cool. I mean, also to see every night so many people supporting us, supporting the band like you are doing. It's
Thank you.
super cool. Yes, you're welcome.
Absolutely. Any more questions at all? Yes.
Who do you want to collab with? Like, what artists?
Music-wise?
Yeah.
Well, me personally, I've always dreamed about collaborating with Chino Moreno from Deftones. It's something I will try my best to make happen if possible. I will insist as much as possible. But there are other amazing artists, not necessarily in the metal industry, that I would love to collaborate. Love.
I have another one.
Yes.
Somebody outside of metal.
Outside of metal,
Yeah.
I would love to collaborate with Nate, NF, the rapper NF.
Uh-huh.
I am a big fan of his music. I'm a big fan of what he stands for. It would have been amazing. Also, today in the interview, I also mentioned another artist that I think would be amazing to collaborate, Green Tea Pack. Have you ever heard of her? She is, I think, underrated, a lot underrated. Like, she doesn't have a lot of music, but it's more like electronic reggae. It's a really interesting style. I love her music very much. Yeah, I would say that. But of course, if I want to go big, I would say Pink, Lady Gaga, let's go, let's do something together. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I have so much respect for those artists. Yes, for sure.
So,
How about you guys?
Britney Spears, maybe.
Britney
Spears?
Yeah,
I
why
think
not?
she needs to do more music.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
There
She
you
needs
go.
to do more music. She needs to stop dancing and
stop
do more
dancing.
music. I mean, she can dance and do music together, but music.
For me, I would say Hate Breed only because it's been my favorite band for so many years. Yeah.
Is anybody outside?
Outside the metal.
Outside metal.
question.
So you got somebody.
I
She
have to
totally
think-
does. She totally
Yeah,
does.
yeah. I just have to think about it because at the moment I don't have.
No, it's okay. If it comes to you, yeah.
With organ maybe.
Huh?
With organ maybe.
Beethoven, yeah.
So, yeah.
We were talking about people that are not alive as well, then the list is bigger. Yeah. Any other questions, you guys?
So,
Yes.
Vidic, how do you play as good as you do when you're constantly jumping up and down and hair's flowing everywhere? I'm amazed every time I see you perform live. You're all over the place. I'm in awe of that.
I don't know. Thank you.
There's
First
lots
of
of
all,
practice?
but yeah, maybe in the beginning you have to practice it, kind of, to move without
In the
thinking that you
rehearsal room,
are
yeah.
playing actually, and to have this balance where you don't play that dirty. Because of course, if I would sit down on a chair, I would play better than I do it like this. But I think I like it first of all much better like this, and the audience as well. And
It's very
this is
impressive.
how I express myself, and I think at the moment I don't know what will happen next 5 seconds, you know. And,
It's fantastic.
so it's
So-
just, yeah, I
And
don't know.
if I can add a little side note, as my colleague in music from the very beginning, we are the only 2 members left from the very beginning. I want to say that it's very inspiring to have a bandmate that is so energetic on stage, because it inspires you to give more and you want to move, you want to. I'm not saying you want to be on his level, because everybody is unique and is their own things that they do. Obviously, when I sing certain parts, I can't even move. I have to stand still so my voice doesn't, travel far from where it has to be. But it encourages me, like even if I see him only with my side eye, fuck yeah, I want to fucking do it too. Let's go. Yeah. It's so inspiring. So I'm happy he's so energetic on stage, because I love going to shows, and even bands that are very pleasant to listen to. When you're at the show, you want to have that extra that you have from the CD. Them something more. Now, I like it a lot. It's inspiring.
Yeah, me too. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to play something very difficult, I just stand still and play. It's like, but if it's just something more simple, more groovy, then I can go crazy.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? All right, you guys, I think we're gonna let you go, because I don't want anyone to get a cold. Stay warm. Please make sure to enjoy every single band tonight. There's gonna be 4 bands. Tonight we play band number 2. As I mentioned before, after our performance, some of us will be at the merch stand if you care for extra pictures or signatures. And right now, if you have something for the band to sign, we will. But who doesn't have it, feel free to go get warmed up, maybe have a warm drink or something, okay? And we'll see you inside, okay? And we need your support, all right? Perfect. Thank you so much again for your kindness and being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.